Come along, Henry. It's time your train was ready.
Henry's not going, so there. And neither are James or I.
We won't shunt like little tank engines. That was Thomas's job.
We're important tender engines, if you don't mind.
You fetch our coaches, and we will pull them.
Tender engines don't shunt.
So there.
Oh, indeed. We'll see about that. Engines on my railway do as they are told.
Hello, lads and lassies, Mr. Sensible Blackadder here, and welcome. I don't need this on. Makes things a little bit better. Hello, lads and lassies, Mr. Sensible Blackadder here, and welcome back to a brand new video. And I have a cap on. I have the cap on. You've seen the thumbnail, you've seen the title, and you saw a little intro at the start. We are doing another unboxing video. If you remember, not long ago, about Easter time, I got this flying... Yes, this is Flying Scotsman. If you saw my video during the Easter break, you would know I went to the National Railway Museum in York. And you may also know that a few weeks later, I made a video about unboxing this thing. Again, it cost me £17. Now, when I got this, I wanted to see if I can find myself some more All Engines Go merchandise. And luckily, during one of the days when I was finishing up college and went over to see my uncle in his shop, I was informed that they were selling some in the Entertainer shop in St. Enoch's. The little it's a big supermarket place. If people don't know, I'll pop a picture on screen about here. And luckily, I did manage to find some All Engines Go merchandise in there. And in today's video, we have not one, not two, but 3 All Engines Go products to look at. Gordon, James, and Henry. Now obviously all of these are the pull-along products of the Trackmaster range. You know, the ones that where they've got the little coupling so that way they can couple up your Trackmaster items. Now, whilst this had a £17 price tag on it, that was at the National Railway Museum, so everything is bound to be more expensive there. This was in a toy shop, and only one of these costed me £7.33, which means collectively, all 3 of them costed me £21.99. That's $27.37 worth of your money for this. Worth the price tag? We'll see. So, obviously we have Gordon's box here. Much more easier to put that in than what this boy's thing was. So we got the front, obviously. We got a nice little illustration of Gordon here. And we got little things, says metal engine, identifying that it's made of metal. And we got the age gap there, which is the 3+. That's liable for me. I'm 3+ by 15 years. And then we got Gordon's name here, as well as the good old Thomas and Friends logo. I still don't know why they haven't changed it to have All Engines Go on it. I don't know if that's part of the marketing scheme, if just keeping it, making sure that people still know it's Thomas, but yeah, who knows. And we've got Fisher-Price there once more. We got on the back, pretty much a similar story to what it was with the Trackmaster 2 Gordon from we saw last time. We got the logo there, all the names in the different languages, all the warnings here, all that stuff, and based on the Railway series by Reverend W. Audrey, and then there's the Ghislaine there, the little name here, the website, thomasandfriends.com. I've never actually gone ahead and looked at the website, so I'll plop a picture on screen just to see what it looks like. And then we got all the things about recyclability, and then we got a nice little warning of don't give this to your lion pet. That's Gordon's packaging. We'll take him out in a second. We're gonna take a look at the other two first. So next up we have James, of course. Same story on the front. However, one thing different with this packaging is, obviously, aside from the illustration there, is it just says metal here and not metal engine. So that means it can be anything metal here. It could be a metal engine, it could be a metal piece of rolling stock, it could be a metal aeroplane, or a metal sandwich. On the back, it's a different. It looks very different. Like there's like some more like warning stuff here. The Thomas and Friends website thing is moved up there. There's a few extra signs here. Aside from that, it doesn't look that much different. Let's pull the two up, and we could see. Yeah, it's the most noticeable thing is the placement of the website name. So, aside from that, it actually mostly looks similar. Here on the James packaging, if we go over to the licensing fee, you can see it says 2022. So, this was a packaging that happened a year later. I think Henry's packaging is also from 2022, so Gordon's the only one that has a packaging from 2 years ago. God. I feel old. And finally, we have my favorite boy, Henry. His packaging doesn't look that much different from Gordon's. It's got some things of Gordon's, and it also has some things of James. Like it still has the thing saying that this is a metal engine and not a metal policeman. But on the back, it's like the James packaging where we've got the logo, the website up here instead of down here. And if we look at here, yeah, it says, does it say 2022? I can't see on the camera. Okay, there we go. Yeah, 2022. So, Henry and James here are 2022 packaging, while Gordon here is a 2021 packaging. So, I think we should not stall anymore and get these bad boys out. I don't have a Stanley knife with me. I guess I'm just gonna have to manually do this. Hang on. Stanley knife in here. Nope, that's a mouse. Nope, that's a deodorant, empty deodorant bottle. I haven't got a Stanley knife on me at the moment. I can't be bothered running down the stairs. Ooh, I know. What? Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm left-handed. I think it's safe to say we'll start off with the person, we'll start off with the engine that we got first in this whole thing, which will be Gordon. So, here's Gordon, and right away you can tell what is metal. The boiler and that's it. That's the only thing that's metal on here. Oh, no, sorry. It's also the dome. No, wait, the dome's plastic. Okay, so everything but the boiler is plastic. There's nothing else about this that is metal. So, we got the front here. Nice looking front. We got a little coupler there, you see? A little coupler, so that way we can just simply... Hang on. Just simply just do... that. It's Gordon's son. Got him on the side here. Very nice. No indication of a rear pony truck, but with stuff like this, it'd be kind of hard to replicate that. So that's something that has happened before. So I'm not going to knock that off. I love how they've given a little detail on the cylinders here, making them like painted in instead of what the Trackmaster Gordon has, where the cylinders are not painted and they're just the same color as the molding of the running board, which also is plastic on this goddamn thing. We've got a nice little whistle there that looks very nice. Very visible indeed. It'd be hard to tell on the camera, but if I do it at a certain angle, you can see if it would focus. Please focus. Yeah, as you can tell, the whistle has been molded to have the little hole for where the steam comes out, so that's very nice. We got the back here, nothing really interesting, aside from the fact that he's got buffers on the back of his main self. That's kind of annoying me sometimes. Then we got the other side, not much else to say there. Same story as it is on the other side, but because of how the model is like made, you can't have like the wheels underneath the splashes, so they have to be put a bit apart, and it seems like the further you go along here, the more far away the wheels go away from those splashes. But that's a small price to pay. We got Gordon's face here. If we pop a picture up on screen, that is still pretty accurate to his face in the actual show. We got Gordon's name at the bottom as well as like all the licensing, like Ghislaine and Mattel, and mentioning that it's made in Thailand actually. Moving on to the tender. I like how it's got. I'm instantly going to the bottom already because I love how it's done, the whole thing with made in Thailand there. That is so clever. Anyways, and so about the tender, nothing on here is metal. I'm assuming the bits that say made in Thailand are metal. They feel and look more polished out, so I think they're metal. But come on, Mattel. If you're gonna make a metal product, at least make more than just one piece of it metal. But anyways, the tender, not much to say on it. It's pretty much the same as the Trackmaster one, only it's 3 times the size now. And it can easily fit in my hand, as you can see. Still strange though how his tender has like circular buffers, and then his front's got like the oval LMS style buffers that he had in the series and in some of the illustrations. Kind of weird to see that, but yeah, I'm not complaining. It's still pretty cool. Oh, I just realized he doesn't have the little detail on the wheels. Let me grab Trackmaster Gordon here. You see the little detail with the little flinge there, the darker color one that they would have painted to show the movement of the wheels in the animated show. Gordon doesn't have that on this model, nowhere. That's actually kind of strange. I don't know if I should take points off for that, but in terms of the build quality, it's pretty good. Doesn't look like anything could come off easily, aside from the whistle. It's a bit wobbly here, but I don't think if I can just... I can't easily pull it out. The couplings are more thicker, which means they are harder to actually, like, snap, like what the Tomy and Trackmaster stuff used to be. And the coupling system seems pretty easy to get the hang of. No. Okay, that went wrong there. It's got quite a bit of weight on the actual main Gordon, mainly because of the die-cast boiler. Aside from that, pretty good Gordon, I will say. And now we'll take a look at James. Now, James already, he is starting to look very much better. The boiler is still the only thing that is die-cast. What the hell? Well, it's that and the firebox bit here. Let's pull James out. And here's James. So here's the front. The face is, I'm not entirely sure if the face is accurate to what it looks like in the show. If we could just, very quickly, can we plop a picture on screen right here to show if it's accurate or not? He's the only one here, actually, that has painted buffers. And it's also the only one that doesn't have buffers on the back. That's interesting. The dome feels quite wobbly, almost as if it's meant to be like a pushy thing. That's, like, wobbling quite a bit, so that's alarming. They've put an embedded cab space in here, so in case you want to put a little figure in, or if you want to carve a bit out of there so that we can still put a figure in, that would be very nice. He's got grey wheels. He's got the grey wheels instead of black wheels. I don't know what was the idea to make the lining on the splashes and the cab grey, but I do like that little customization there. And we do have a whistle, but it's like a lot of his merchandise, it's embedded within his just like Bachman, it's embedded within the cab. So that's a bit of a bummer, really. And we got stuff on the bottom as well. Same stuff as Gordon, made in Thailand, the build codes, name, and the licensing. And now we move on to his tender, which obviously all three of them are going to have the same tender, so I'm just going to make this one quick. But same story underneath with the Thailand bit. The bull bits with the little bits here that are holding the axles in are definitely made of metal. Everything else is plastic. Oh dear. There's a bit of a... don't know if James is gonna like this, but there's a bit of a paint chip on his tender here. What is with my camera doing that? Why is my camera doing that? It's auto-correcting the color. What is it? There's a bit of a chip there on the tender. That's a bit odd. But yeah, there's not really that much else to say about James, shockingly. I generally thought I would be able to say more about James. The only real thing I could say is the front buffers are painted, but the real ones, they're not. If you're doing something like this, Mattel, can you at least be consistent about it? Now for my biased. My boy, Henry. Henry is an interesting one because during his first appearance and during most of the appearances in Season 1 of All Engines Go, he was always exactly like Gordon. He was in his old shape. So, seeing that they've changed him to have his Black 5 shape is very nice, and why does it feel like more of him is metal, when really, in reality, there isn't. We've got the front here, looks actually... he may be identical towards Gordon in almost every way, but that face, I suppose, looks accurate enough. If I grab Gordon very quickly, you can see the similarities in their faces, but obviously you can see that Henry has a more cheerier face. Once again, the whole thing about the splashers, very nice. Got the whistle there, again in carved, and then a little, like, I don't know what that part of a Black 5 is. Editor me will probably put it on screen. Once more, we got the colored cylinders, so that's nice. We got the splashes on Henry once more. Again, same problem with Gordon, but again, can't help with that. And then we got the back, nothing interesting there, aside from the fact that he's got Gordon's buffers for some reason, even though they are LMS-style buffers, so I guess some Black 5s probably would have had them at some point. Then there's the other side, nothing really much interesting there. And yeah, there's not that much else I could say about Henry, sadly. Aside from the fact that there looks like to be a little paint chip forming about there. If my camera could focus, you could see it right there. It's the little line there. Zoom in, and there you go. The tender looks actually pretty nice. I love how they've still kept consistent with how Henry's number 3 is. That's very cool. And it looks absolutely tiny on him, so it's just the whole Gordon Fowler tender situation. But overall for Henry, he's a lot more better than what Gordon and James were. However, since Gordon and Henry are similar in the show, they have used similar things that Gordon would have had. So like the top half here would have been Gordon stuff, probably aside from the smoke box here, and the bottom half and the whole of the tender would be from the Gordon modeling, as you can tell from the bits between the cab and the boiler, where the firebox of Gordon would have been, but is replaced instead by Henry's. So what I've got now here is pretty good All Engines Go merchandise, I will say. I actually kind of want to collect more of these little guys. They're kind of nice, and I think I could do more of the funny little skit videos, as you saw in this. But I would love to collect more of these guys. I don't know if this is a thing that's actually going to happen, but if you're a parent watching this video and your child loves Thomas the Tank Engine and wants some of this merchandise, I would highly recommend you get some of these. They are actually not that bad, and there's a very little chance of actual choking hazards here. There's very, very few. Unless your child loves Welsh cold, and in which case, go ahead and let them meet the tender. But for a collection of Thomas merchandise, I'd say this is pretty good for what All Engines Go has to offer, and I am going to be looking forward to finding more of this merchandise in stores, and I know where they are being stocked, so I can have more videos like this with these guys. Maybe in a future video I can probably try and see if I can get one of the ones that involve putting it in the hot or cold water. That would be an interesting video. And you'd get a bathroom tour with that into the bargain. With these, I would highly recommend you get them. They are very nice, they are very well structured. The whole die-cast thing is probably a lie mostly, because the only thing that is die-cast is the boilers and the little axle holders on the tenders, but aside from that, they are pretty good toys and would be worth the money. So with that, I think that's going to be the end of today's video. Thank you all, lads and lasses, so much for watching. I hope you all did enjoy. If you did, please make sure you leave a like, and make sure you hit that subscribe button, as well as tap the bell, so that you can be notified whenever a new video like this comes out onto the channel. I do want to see if I can try and find Edward of this toy line, because it would just be cool to have him part of that, because, well, it's Edward. I mean, look at him. It looks cool. I want to have it. And hopefully it's not a lie, like these guys have been with their damn boilers! So thank you all, lads and lassies, so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, lads and lassies!